Hello everyone, Jaime Montilla here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to deploy this application into Vercel. That way anybody can access it online, okay? I'm just going to give you a brief overview of what this tool does, and then I'm going to do a little bit of vibe coding just using the tools that I'm going to tell you in a minute, just so you have an idea that how to write code without really writing code, just only speaking to an application, typing down your thoughts, and then getting the application to work, iterating based on errors or things that you get from feedback, okay? So I'm just gonna show you how this works. This is a AI sales role application, role play. So the AI agent is going to act as the sales representative. I'm going to be the prospect, and I'm just going to let it handle objections for me. Okay. So if I am a sales rep, I'm going to be learning based on the objections and how the objections are being handled by the AI agent. Okay. So I'm just going to get started. We have two agents right now, is Luna and Arcas. I'm going to go with Arcas, which is a male voice. I'm going to go with digital marketing services, which is kind of well known in the industry, something that every business has to deal with. So I'm just going to get started with this application, okay? So let's go. Hello.
Hello there. I'm Luna, your data-driven digital marketing strategist. How can I assist you with your marketing goals today?
Hello.
Hello again. Looks like we're all set to chat. What marketing objectives or challenges can I help you address today?
Yeah, so what we're going to do right now is you're going to act as the sales rep and a marketing agency, and I'm going to act as a prospect that is looking for marketing services. So let's just get started.
Absolutely, that sounds great. To begin, could you share a bit about your current marketing efforts and what you're hoping to achieve?
Okay. So right now I own a tree service company. I've been in business for around 10 years. At the moment, I've been getting my clients referral basis. Now there's a need for more clients, given that I haven't been able to scale. Like I'm kind of stuck, and I don't have a system that tells me like a trajectory of growth. So I just wanted to see what services do you recommend?
Thank you for sharing that with me. It's great to hear about your established business, and I can help you explore new avenues for growth. With your situation, a blended approach using SEO to increase organic visibility along with PPC to target specific service areas could be effective. This would be supported by detailed analytics to help you track growth metrics and project future growth. What growth targets do you have in mind for your company?
Can you avoid? I'm not too technical in terms of marketing, and you mentioned SEO and PPC. Could you elaborate on that, please?
Of course, SEO or search engine optimization involves optimizing your website to rank higher in search engine results, making it easier for potential clients to find you online. UU pay-per-click advertising involves placing ads that appear at the top of search results, and you only pay when someone clicks on your ad. Both strategies can help bring more traffic to your business. Does that help clarify things a bit?
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm glad that helped. To align our services with your needs, what specific goals are you hoping to achieve with your marketing efforts?
Again, right now I'm just doing referrals, so I just want to get the phone ringing with more clients right now, or more prospects.
Got it. To increase those calls, implementing a targeted PPC campaign can quickly track prospects by putting your services front and center in search results. Additionally, we can optimize your local SEO, helping nearby clients find your services organically. How quickly are you hoping to see results from these efforts?
I don't have a rush. I mean, I have a good clientele. I just want to start seeing an increase in revenue on my side.
That makes sense. We can kick things off with a phased implementation. We'll start with a campaign to generate quick wins and drive immediate prospects while enhancing SEO to deliver sustainable, long-term growth. Within 30 days, you could start seeing more inquiries with significant organic improvements over 90 days. Does this phased approach align with your vision?
Yeah, could you give me more details, pricing, all that good stuff? I mean,
Certainly, our PPC campaigns typically start at $1,000 per month, which includes ad spend and management. SEO services average around $1,500 per month, tailored to your local market and industry demands. All packages come with comprehensive performance reports, so you'll see exactly how your investment is working. How does this fit with your budget expectations for growing your client base?
I'm not sure about pricing. And do you guarantee results?
I understand budget considerations are crucial. We offer a minimum 3x return on ad spend ROAS guarantee for PPC campaigns, meaning for every dollar spent on ads, you should see at least $3 in revenue. For SEO, we typically see a 45% increase in organic traffic. We can explore these numbers more deeply to see how they align with your business needs. Would you like to see some case studies or discuss potential ROI calculations for your business?
Yes, please. If you can give me more details on that, that would be great.
Certainly. I can share a case study of a similar service business where we achieved a 50% increase in traffic through SEO and a 4x ROAS through their PPC campaign over 6 months. This translated into a 30% revenue increase. I'll prepare these insights along with specific ROI projections for your business. Would you be available for a presentation later this week?
How long is it going to be, and does it cost any money?
The presentation typically lasts about 30 minutes and is completely free. It's an opportunity for us to delve deeper into strategies tailored to your business and show you the value we can provide. Would you be available for a session, say, on Friday afternoon?
What time?
How does 2 p.m. sound for you on Friday afternoon? If that doesn't work,
yeah, that's fine.
Great. I'll schedule you for Friday at 2 p.m. I'll send over the invite with all the details shortly. Looking forward to discussing how we can enhance your growth. Please feel free to reach out if you have any more questions before then.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm glad we're moving forward. If anything comes up, don't hesitate to get in touch. Looking forward to our meeting on Friday.
All right. So as you can see, this is a very good prototype to be able to optimize in the future. Not everything that the AI agent said is spot on, and there is some pronunciations. But who am I to talk about pronunciation if my English is not perfect either? But anyways, with AI right now, SEO instead of SEO, or just a specific words that is used, like that's all something that you could always optimize. Also, you could always, the prompt engineering or the optimization of the prompt, you could always enhance it to be less technical and be more friendly for the user. Okay. So enough said about the presentation. I didn't want this to take too long, but again, this gives you the capabilities of what you can do and what you can build. This application was built using Cursor.com or Cursor AI, which is this IDE or development environment that all you have to do is type. For those that are familiar with Visual Studio Code, it is the same thing. It's just Visual Studio Code on steroids, using AI to be able to improve the life of a developer, pretty much, or even somebody that is not a developer to start building applications. So that's what I'm using right now. All you have to do is type in English what you want, and have an idea of what you want to build and things like that. But that's something that I'm going to go over in a minute. I'm going to use Vercel, which is this platform for web, and it provides the developers tools and cloud infrastructure to build, scale, and secure a faster, more personalized web. So that's where we're going to do the deployment. And I'm using Bitgram, which is for voice AI agent to be able to communicate with the application. Okay. So those are the tools that I used for this specific prototype. I'm going to go ahead and deploy it. So right now I don't have anything to commit. What I'm going to do, that way and this is what you're going to learn in this specific session, is I'm going to deploy it. You're going to see it build. It's going to take like a minute to build. And then I'm going to make some changes in my code. I'm going to commit it, and I'm going to deploy again, and you will see how it triggered another build to be able to see it live. And then once it's live, I'm going to test it again just to make sure that everything is working as expected, and that should do it. But this will give you a good way of knowing, how to write code, how to commit code, how to deploy it, how to test it, and all that good stuff. So it's more of it's not building the whole application, but at least that gives you an idea of what is possible. Okay. So at the moment, I already have some code committed. So I'm just going to go ahead and here to Vercel. This is my portal or my dashboard. I'm going to create add new, and then this is going to give me everything that is on my Git repo. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and import this one. Is AI Sales Role Play Pro. I'm going to go ahead and import it. This is going to ask you for a project name. I'm just going to leave the project name as it is, and I don't have to do anything here. Everything is kind of default. I'm just going to leave it like that. And here I would have to add the API from Dipgram, which I'm going to do that in a minute. Okay, so I'm just going to show you how it's not going to work. Then I'm going to add the API here to show you that it works, and then you can see how deployment works and the testing part of it and things like that. Okay, so I'm just going to click deploy. Again, it doesn't have the API key, so the API keys is going to allow me to communicate with Dipgram for the AI agent. So I'm just gonna just deploy it like this, so you have an idea of what's going on. So we can just take a look at the build logs, and again, you could always skip. I don't like to edit the videos. That way, you know what you're dealing with. You pretty much are gonna see if you decide to do this and you start bytecoding or coding raw or whatever, however you want to call it. If you're an expert at developing or whatever, that's another topic. But this is pretty much for somebody that wants to speed up the process using AI without having to write any code. Okay, so we're just gonna see these go through. It's around 45 seconds at the moment. Hopefully this is going to end up quickly, and then this is going to give me the green light, and you're gonna see the application deployed. But again, that's part of the process. You could always skip ahead or do 1.2, 1.5 to kind of see it going. But this is pretty much what we're dealing with every time that we submit an application or deploy an application. So right now, as you can see, congratulations, you just deploy a new project to my repository. I'm just going to continue to the dashboard, and the dashboard is going to give me a deployment domain and things like that. The domain is a subdomain on the Vercel data platform. And then you could always have custom domains and things like that. But at this moment in time, it is going to use the domain that is provided by the platform itself. So I'm just going to click on this URL. And this URL, again, is what you just saw in my local environment. But now it is public and anybody can access it, right? So as you can see here at the bottom, it says a status connection error. Check your API key and internet connection. Okay, I'm going to do that. And I'm just going to go ahead and go to deployments, or not deployments. I need to go to settings, and there is here environment variables. And given that these APIs are sensitive, I'm just going to pause the video. I'm going to add it, and then we can continue. All right, I'm back. And as you can see here, you'll see a Dipgram API key. That is the API key that I just added. And then I'm just going to go ahead and go back to deployments. Right now, if I refresh, nothing is going to happen. I would have to redeploy. So this is another step. Whenever you're testing, you could always redeploy changes or deploy again another instance of your changes. But in this case, all I have to do is redeploy because I just added the key. So I'm just going to go ahead to my deployed instance, which is this one here. And I'm just going to click here and then hit redeploy. I'm just going to dismiss this, and then I'm going to go redeploy. And again, it's going to take another 45, 50 seconds. So either you stay here with me waiting, or you can skip another minute. But again, this is what you have to do when you're coding, when you're building apps. You're going to have to wait. You have to be patient, right? So let's just let it rip for a minute. And you just see how it is installing all the packages and all that good stuff. There's warning messages, but that's okay. Normally, Vercel will take care of some of these things. So let's just give it a second. All right, so we are at 42 mark. It is compiled, so compiled successfully. Then collecting data, generating static pages. And I'm going to also show you, once I made the changes I'm just going to make some changes that way you can see it happening. I'm going to show you how to build it locally to make sure that it runs as expected. And then I'm going to show you how to add the code, commit it, and deploy again, which is going to happen automatically on Vercel. Vercel pretty much, it looks at your repo or the repo itself. Once it sends the commit, it actually triggers an action on Vercel, and Vercel would redeploy again automatically. So you don't even have to do anything. All right. So right now it looks like we are ready. It deploys successfully. And I'm just going to go ahead again. Actually, I could just close this one. Going to go again to that node. And as you can see here, the status is now connected. Okay. So I'm going to go back. I'm just going to delete it. I'm just going to delete this deployment. Actually, I'm just going to leave it like this. You're going to see here in deployments, we have two deployments, which is the initial deployment. We have the redeploy, and then we're going to have so I'm just going to go ahead and optimize this prompt. I'm just going to tell it, hey, kind of, could you please take in the prompt. Could you please optimize all the prompts in? I'm just going to tell it the file, which is this one here, is scenario selector. Scenario selector. Will you please optimize all the prompts in scenario selector? And when handling objections or offering products or services, do not use technical terms that the user or that the prospect will not understand. Break it down for people so that they understand everything you are saying. Okay? So again, I'm just writing down English what I want this to do. We can try other things if you want, but instead of me going line by line and figuring things out or whatever, this is going to scan that specific file that I gave it, and then it's going to make the necessary changes or improve these specific prompts to make sure that everything works as expected. So let's just give it a minute. And again, this is what is known as the vibe coding. You just kind of coding from your imagination, from your head, everything that you have, an app that you've thought of, any features that you want to add, things like that. You're not following a specific structure. It is good to be a structure and to have a background in software development. But you can start with something simple. The way that I see it is you have to build, and then you can learn. You could always ask AI, hey, explain this line of code or explain this file or whatever. But I don't want you to get stuck on with ideas in your head and not moving forward if you really, really, really want to create something. Okay. So this is just a good way of doing things. And as you can see, it is making the changes. Everything that is red is things that have been removed, and everything is green is things that are added. So I'm just going to go ahead and let's see here. You didn't make any more changes. So you'd like me to continue updating the marketing and enterprise scenarios with similar simplified conversational language. At the moment, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to accept the changes. And then I'm going to open up a terminal here. And then I'm going to say git status to give me the status of the files that were changed, which is this one scenario selector. I'm just going to do git add period, which is going to add everything that is on my on this side here. So that file, and then I'm just going to do git commit M, which is to add the message of my commit or whatever I'm trying to add into my Git repo, which is in this case, actually I'm gonna have to be here. Okay. And then I'm gonna say prompt improvement. That's fine. Improvement. So now that was committed. So my code was committed, and then that should trigger a deployment here on this side. So if you just give it a second, actually, I probably have to push. Did it not? I don't think I pushed. Git commit. I'm sorry, and I made the git push. My bad. So now that I pushed, it's actually pushing it into the Git repo, and then you can see that it triggered another action here to be able to build that next version of the files. Okay, so just give it a second here. It's gonna take another 30 seconds. Just bear with me, be patient, and you'll see it work again. Okay. And again, this AI agent, you can actually, I was thinking it could be for any business that has a Salesforce team that needs to improve their skills, or that they don't have a way to do role play, or they have to put some reps in order for them to be able to improve their selling skills. So this is an application that you could potentially deploy internally in your team and have them, talk back and forward. If they get an objection from my client, they can actually test it with the AI application to be able to improve on the next, if the next client has that objection and things like that. So, you can just have fun with it and see what you can do for your business. So in this case, it is ready. I'm going to click that node again to be able to see if it's working. So as you can see, it is connected, and we're just going to give it another try with Luna to see what we have to say. Hello?
Hi there. It's great to connect with you. How can I assist you with your digital marketing needs today?
Hi, Luna. Real quick, right now, I am the prospect. You're going to play as a sales representative in this marketing company. We're just going to role play for a few minutes to make sure that everything is working as expected.
Absolutely. And ready whenever you are.
Okay.
Let's dive.
So
Great.
I am a tree service owner that wants to increase phone calls. I've been in business for 10 years. Everything that I've gotten is being through referral basis, which is not scalable. And I want to make sure that I'm growing on the yearly basis.
That sounds like a great opportunity to expand your business. It's fantastic that you've already had sustained success through referrals. To help increase your phone calls, we could explore strategies like local SEO to make sure your business is more visible in your local area when people search for tree services online. What kind of results or growth targets are you hoping to achieve over the next year?
I don't know, probably 30%, 30 to 50% over year.
That's an ambitious yet achievable goal. By leveraging a mix of COPPC and targeted social media advertising, we can help drive more qualified leads and phone calls to your business. Would you like to dive deeper into how each of these strategies can specifically support your 3050% growth target?
Sure.
Fantastic. With SEO, we can optimize your website to rank higher in local search results, potentially increasing organic traffic by about 45%. Or PPC advertising on platforms like Google Ads can immediately elevate your visibility, offering a minimum 3x return on ad spend by honing in on keyword-specific campaigns. Targeted social media can improve engagement by about 40%, reaching more potential customers by showcasing your services and success stories. Does this align with your growth vision, or is there a specific strategy you're more interested in exploring further?
You threw a lot at me, like many services. I don't know if I need them all, and that sounds like it's going to be super expensive. So what would be the right service for me to get started? Is there any more details that you can give me?
I completely understand your concern about the investment. Let's focus on starting with the most impactful service for your needs. Given your interest in increasing phone calls, I recommend beginning with a local SEO strategy. This will ensure that when people search for tree services in your area, your business appears prominently, translating directly to more calls. We can track initial improvements quickly and expand to other services like PPC for broader reach as needed. Does starting with local SEO sound like a viable first step?
Sure.
Great choice. Local SEO is an effective way to boost your visibility and generate more calls. We'll start by optimizing your online presence, including your website and Google Business Profile, to ensure you rank well in local search results. Would you like to go over the next steps to get this SEO strategy rolling?
Anyways, I'm going to stop it here. I don't want to take this too long. But another thing that I wanted to show you here is that there's a backstage section on the website that actually captures all the information of the conversation happening, right? So you could always have this transcribed, summarize it, do whatever you want. Maybe we can add a feature here to export the conversation. There's many things that you can do, and you can add through vibe coding, which is a new term that I found very amazing, because it's pretty much you're coding based on vibes, right? It's like what feels right for you, what do you want as a feature, things like that. So I don't know, I'm excited about this era of AI and how things are moving at a fast pace. And I just wanted to kind of bring this up, show you the possibilities. If you have any questions, let me know. Again, if you have, I don't know, if you want these for your business, let me know as well. I'll be happy to install it or even optimize it for your own business. All right. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Thank you.